my God, Selena, you're the best.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
This label right here, I mean, this is enough to make your dopamine receptors just completely blow up. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my living room. Thank you so much for joining me. This is essentially going to be 2 fantastic unboxings, which will, in a very, if you give a mouse a cookie type format, turn into a minor home improvement project / plant room glow up. So there's a lot happening. This is going to be the most expensive unboxing and the most expensive plant that I own. So we like expensive things sometimes. So this is an exciting one. So last night I arrived home from work. I looked like I had been run over by a train. And so you know what? It wasn't the right time to unbox this plant. So it had to sit another 8 hours, acclimate to this box a little bit longer. As you know, the more you start to love plants and grow them successfully, the deeper you get in. And this is no exception. I don't always love a designer plant, but today I do. This is from an Etsy seller. She has anchored this lovingly to the bottom so that it doesn't flop around. That would be a shame, wouldn't it? I'm going to show you this. This is a major clue what we're getting into. First of all, this label right here, the color, I mean, this is enough to make your dopamine receptors just completely blow up. Whatever the contents of this package are quite exciting. This seller, Christina, she means business. So Christina from this store knows her stuff. Okay, I'm unboxing this in the most unappealing way. I'm so sorry. This is wow. Okay, we're not even close to being done, guys. We're not even close to being done. This seller had 3 different options of this plant, and I elected for this one because it was the fluffiest. As far as I'm concerned, you know, I don't really care so much about a plant pedigree so much as how does this plant make me feel? Like, does this look really cool? Do I like this plant? Like, a name is just a name for me. Wow. Here she is, Anthurium Doc Block Michelle. Doc Block, Dr. Jeff Block, physician, horticulturist, and a plant grower and inventor of the coolest plants. He named this plant after his wife, Michelle. And then if you hear him talking about it, he says, like, my lovely Michelle. Here's my lovely Michelle, which is so endearing. You can't not love this plant. Here's an emergent coming out here. This is a lot of bang for the buck. This is why I picked this one. There was one that had 2 giant leaves, but one of them was ripped, and I just wanted a fluffy plant, which this is. Okay, so Christina, who obviously knows what she's doing, has this packed in coconut chips. Yep, here's a coconut chip. There's some perlite in here. It is pre-work. I'm going back to work. I will resume this later, but look at this. Look at that. Oh my God. This is what this is known for. This veining here on the back, this red, this darkness. It's goth plant territory. I feel like what I paid for this, I have seen these for several $100s, $400, $600. This was $199 plus shipping, which honestly I feel like was a bargain for this size of a plant. Thanks, Christina. Oh my God, there's a lot happening here. Hang on. Thank you for joining me on this very exciting plant unboxing of plants from one of my favorite sellers, Selena from Terracotta Plant Co. She recently had an Instagram sale. So many plants, everything I have received from this girl, so beautiful. There was a lot. I wasn't feeling good today, but nothing makes you feel better than sleeping in and opening a gigantic box of plants. So we got some interesting ones here. We're going to dive right in. We have fun here. This is a big box. It always makes me nervous shipping so many plants together. You know what, Selena, she's no dummy. She's got it covered. She's like, this is the time for the bubble wrap. It's a little guy. It's a sunny day. We have our labyrinth mug here. The birds are chirping. There's a lot of plants to unbox. Like, it pretty much doesn't get any better than this. I picked my son up early, which I never get to do. It's a really good day so far, guys. Well, this is going to be a soil charged. 'Tis an unmarked plant. Oh my gosh. Is this the seedling, I wonder? Let me finish unwrapping this. Okay, it looks like this is my Anthurium King of Spades, which you can tell from the spade-like shape of the leaf, which is really cute. This needs to be watered like yesterday. This soil is dry as a bone, but it's in the usual Selena mix, which is surprisingly soil-like. Maybe she's got some peat in here. She definitely has some perlite and some like teeny little coconut chips. So cute. I have heard that this is a pretty fast grower and therefore you're going to need to stay on top of the nutrients. So I cannot stand watching this floppy little leaf. So I'll be right back. I'm going to water this. Okay, we're all watered and we'll just wait and see if this guy perks up right away or not. I used a mixture of filtered water, CalMag, and Super Thrive. We'll see how you do. So I've been wanting one of these for so long. King of Spades is often a very expensive baby. So this was not that expensive. She tries to price them at or below market value. So I often feel like if I've gotten a good value out of these plants. Nobody likes to feel ripped off. Okay. Big one. Whoa. Oh, it's a big one and a little one. Man, you should see the carpet. Ooh. Oh my gosh. So cool. Wow. Anthurium Dorayaki Silver. Heck yeah. Oh my god, Selena, you're the best. Wow. Okay. So cute. And guess what? Oh my god, look at the baby! Stop. So cute. You know, we always love like a big fluffy plant, and I was like, oh, it's one leaf, I'll take it. But I did not realize that there was a cute little one percolating here. Dorayaki. So this name is from this really cool Japanese pancake that's filled with chocolate or like an ube paste. So that hence the name is derived from the shape of this plant. But oh my god, how cute. And it's in Selena's magical mixture, so I don't really have to do anything with it. I'm just going to let it ride. Her plants are coming from Arizona. I live in California. It's coming from warm weather to warmish weather. And I don't have to worry about acclimating it so much. I can just put it where I feel like it's going to look nice and make sure I just provide it with enough lighting. Gosh, well, this was better than I expected. I didn't know there was going to be a child involved. Okay, so we're a little bit more damp here. God, look at this, though. This is amazing. She's got chunky, like, pumice here. It's the usual chunky Selena mix that is very aerated, but you can tell it holds on to moisture pretty well. So as a person growing in ambient conditions, I appreciate this very much. I'm loving this baby on the way. Oh, how sweet. So I'll give this a water. The roots are just kind of like bursting out at the seams here. Look, there's a guy over here. Wowza. Yeah, look at, just like, I gotta be honest, I have a Dorayaki Silver that I attempted to put, a young one that I attempted to put into pond, and it did not go well. So we're starting over in water right now. Let you know how that one goes. But yeah, this one I'm not going to mess with. Onward with our Selena plant.
Squirrel!
Okay, this one here, she's got a label. By the way, let's talk about this sweater for a second.
Finally, sweater weather. Sweater weather.
So I wore this to Easter brunch with my family. So some guy outside was like, oh, you look like you're wearing a bunch of Easter eggs. Like, I think they're like martini olives. Maybe it's like a Rorschach test. I don't know what's on the sweater, but I like how it kind of coordinates with my hair. Okay, this one here, she's got a pedigree. This is Anthurium Black Widow by Zara by Michelle. So she's fancy. These are funny because they don't look like much initially, but then, you put them underneath a little cloche, they start to really move quickly, which I've really gotten into these tiny little Anthurium fancy seedlings. They've been really cool. This is actually like maybe my most fun and like enjoyable things that I've been into. So my workflow for these, because I do not own a cabinet and I generally grow in ambient, the setup I have for these little seedlings is these little cloches. And visually, they look really cool, but they're great at keeping humidity in. I constantly keep in on everybody, and I keep them on a heat mat. The thing I really, really, really want to do is the little seedling in the Harry Potter terrarium on top of the heat mat. That would be unstoppable as far as seedlings go. Botany, pottery barn, I really want that expensive terrarium. In the meantime, the heat mat with the cloches, you're good. If you don't want to invest in a growing cabinet, then I think this is the next best cost-effective thing. The heat mat is not expensive. The cloches are not that expensive. And some of the cloches you can fit a couple seedlings in. Dying to see what this one's going to look like in the future. Let me unwrap and check out the soil. So she's got it gently taped up, looking healthy in the usual Selena mixture. It's like a more dense, tightly packed mixture to hold on to some moisture. It's already quite moist. So I'm going to plop this in here and let's find some room with the seedlings. All right, here we go into the guest room. All right, let's see what the babies are doing. This is a bunch of corms from an alocasia long and loba. And then these have all gotten huge. I mean, like, these have all gotten relatively huge. These are 6 little Anthurium seeds from Tyler from Rousseau Plantcare. He calls them word salad because many, many, many hybrids. But these are doing great in this little seedling tray on the heat mat with some moss. Of course, the usual Pon, Stratum, Alocasia, Mycolitziana, and then I don't even know what that is. Some silver dragons here and this cloche, which are just really popping off. Let's see. Oh, this is a rehab Anthurium regale and luxurians that I put some moss over the top. It dropped its leaves, and now it's coming back and looking really cool and really dark. And then this is another Selena plant. This is the Florida Beauty, which is just beautiful. But then here's a few cloche seedlings. So these visually just are absolutely doing this for me. Wugu Tropicals, Red Crystallinum, a Dorayaki Red Crystallinum cross from an Instagram seller, and then another Red Crystallinum Dock Block hybrid from Nice Plants, Good Pots. So things are looking stacked over here in this cute little seedling corner. Okay, onward. Let's see, what else do we have in here? The last one, the Piece de Resistance. This was a grower's choice, a large grower's choice, might I add. God, this is surprisingly wasn't that much to ship, despite the heaviness of the package. Ooh. This is spectacular. Oh my gosh. This was her grower's choice Anthurium Clarinervium. Wowza. This is, there's nothing better than getting a really fluffy plant that exceeds your expectations on the internet off Instagram. Jeez. Okay, Selena, I'm speechless. No, for real, where's my scissors? Okay, hang on. Okay, I unwrapped this monster, and here, definitely on par with the queen of the living room for that Anthurium Zamora queen. I mean, this is another classic plant, but when the classic plants are done right, woof. So this is a heavy mixture she's got them in. Quite dense. I'm gonna have to put some more shelves up. Okay, everybody is home from their respective jobs, and since there's a big hole right here, I have asked my special friend / my husband Andrew to help me put a shelf right there. Okay, well, Plant Wall 2.0 is back in business. It looks great. I thought I couldn't love this wall anymore, but now it's got a bunch of my favorites. So I wanted to give you an update on what Ms. Anthurium Doc Block Michelle has been up to since I unboxed her, and here is her newest emergent, which is spectacular. And we have another little guy here. This plant has been so beautiful and so easygoing. If you are worried about the price tag and if this plant is worth the money, I would say wholeheartedly, absolutely 100% yes. Thank you so much for joining me on this Etsy unboxing that turned into a minor home improvement project / plant corner glow up. I am thrilled with these plants, especially that giant Clarinervium. What the heck? And then the King of Spades, after being watered and hanging out for a few days, has really perked up. What else can I expect from Selena's plants? They do great. If you haven't already, give her a follow on Instagram at Terracotta Plant Co. She's a nice person with beautiful plants. I love her plant sales. She will ship them out right away. She's efficient. She packs them beautifully. They arrive quickly, and my plants from her do really, really well. Another fun unboxing. Thanks so much for joining me. If you haven't already, subscribe if you like plant unboxing and plant care tips and tricks.